I'm here with Kelvin Coleman from the FAA. Kelvin, talk to me about the work that the FAA is doing to develop spaceports at the moment.
Well, great. Thank you so much. In the FAA, we have 14 licensed spaceports currently throughout the country. There are a variety of spaceports, both coastal and within-country spaceports. We have an Office of Spaceports that is responsible for shaping the policy that will support spaceport development in the United States and also support with the licensing efforts for new applicants who want to develop spaceports throughout the United States. So we have a great deal of work going on in that capacity, and we have a great network of spaceports.
You mentioned capacity there. Are you reaching capacity, or is it a question of load balancing between those existing ports?
So right now, the federal ranges in the United States, Cape Canaveral in Florida, Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, still carry the predominant amount of launches in the United States. We're looking at ways to share that load capacity with our network of spaceports. We have a national spaceports interagency working group that we formulated to take a look at that problem, to figure out ways that we can sort of balance the workload across our entire spectrum of spaceports in the United States.
How do you foresee the U.S. space sector as a whole changing over the next 5 to 10 years or so?
As you may know, we've seen record growth in launch and reentry in the United States over the past 5 years. We expect that growth to continue. One of the growth areas that I expect to see is in the area of human spaceflight. We're carrying our passengers, astronauts to the International Space Station with SpaceX, but also Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, other companies, Boeing, of course, are looking to get into that arena as well. And so I look to see that area take off significantly in the next 5 years. It'll be an exciting time to see in the United States.
And how are you preparing for the arrival of point-to-point flights, both for cargo and then for people?
Well, boy, point-to-point is really exciting. We've been talking about point-to-point for decades now, and it's exciting to finally get to a place where we're close to seeing it happen. I think we have to do a lot of work with respect to the policies and the regulatory framework that we'll need in and around point-to-point, but I think we're pretty close right now. We talk about interoperability amongst the spaceports. We're talking to the UK, to other countries like Brazil and others. So that'll be an important piece. And so the interoperability among spaceports is going to be very important. I think we're working on that piece and making good progress.
And are those regulatory frameworks there for that international collaboration? Are they there at the moment, or is there still work to be done?
Well, I think the beginnings of those frameworks are there right now, but there's still work to be done. We have, as I mentioned, good partnerships with the UK, great partnerships with Brazil, great partnerships with other countries like France as well to develop those frameworks. And so I think we have the beginnings of those frameworks, but still some work to be done to make sure that we don't have a duplicative framework in place or process in place. And we're working on that right now.